All right, guys, here we are to talk about the Twilight Zone episode 17, season 1. And this is the worst episode I've ever seen in the Twilight Zone.
I took so many notes. This page is like full of notes.
So I didn't remember this episode at all.
And then I got to the end and I was just like, I'll just cross all this out. This is pointless. Fuck this.
So I thought this was going to go a different way. It's a man who, him and his wife win a contest and are sent to like Atlantic City or
Las Vegas,
rather. Same difference.
We're from Jersey.
So they're gambling. And they set it up originally with like you have unlimited credit.
Why did he say that line? And
for no reason at all.
Because is that credit for everything except gambling? Because then why say that and just be confusing? I hate this episode so much.
They set it up saying you have unlimited credit, and then he is constantly cashing checks. So there was no reason to say that. How much money do you think this man spent? He's at a dollar machine.
Right. So
and he's played for at least 5 hours straight.
Very later on, they say, because he says, he's got my last dollar. And I'm like, oh, those were dollar, like, coins or chips or whatever the fuck. Wow, interesting.
Well, in the very beginning, he says, when the guy goes, here, mister, it's for you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I didn't even have to pay for it. He gave me the dollar.
It was his dollar.
I knew it was a dollar.
So it was a dollar. All right. But so he's putting in, he's not even acting properly to wait for it to pop up, in time. He's putting in the next one as fast as he physically can to pull the lever. For hours. Yes, that's a lot of money, especially back then.
I thought how it was going to end.
I calculated it.
I thought how it was going to end was going to be like, I won. I finally won. And they're like, all right, sir, you owe us $10,000. Thank you. And it was just going to be a thing like, no, I worked so hard. But it was like a weird
time enough at last.
It was a weird supernatural thing that like when he was going to win, the machine jammed. He doesn't win. The machine like haunts him and kills him.
So up until they go back in the room, I thought like, okay, maybe there's something here. We're not, there's still an episode left. That machine intentionally jammed. I'm like, oh my god, like right, like, and like I like shit where it's like, are you crazy? Is something happening? Maybe both. Maybe the thing happening is driving you crazy. This is interesting or whatever. And the machine fucking wheels itself into his room and calls his name and makes him jump out the window. That was so horrible. I hate that so much.
I felt so bad for his wife. I felt so bad. She seemed like a genuine, good-hearted person who's like, I want a vacation. I'm going to put a nickel in this slot. You fool, stupid idiot, hag, witch, bitch, motherfucker. And he's like, you're causing a scene, darling. I just wanted to, I'll kill you. It's already in the machine. Can I pull it? Oh, that was fun. I had a good time. This is a good vacation. And then immediately loses her life savings and her husband.
Well, it served her right. No, this was...
I hate when you nag me, Janice.
What did he say? Oh, it was a great line somewhere. Where like you're giving me miserable luck or something like that. I wrote down too many notes because I didn't know what was going to be good yet. None of it was good.
None of it was good. This episode's like,
I was hoping so.
It's trying. This episode to me is worse than the woman who goes in the TV episode, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And that's arguable because even as I said that, I'm like that episode's pretty bad. Like this one, I think what's bad about it is like nothing happens at all.
Okay.
Like you're built up. You're like, all right, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I like this guy's face. What's he gonna do?
I do like his face.
I
like some of his going crazy. He looked like an old Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
But no, like I was really hoping for some weird fucking crazy because they say really early on like one of them will succumb to the fever. And I'm like, I bet it's not the one we're being shown immediately.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Like that whole thing happened. I don't know. I'm not a gambler myself.
I am a gambler.
I know.
I don't like slots.
Is that what gambling's like?
Yeah. That's a fair representation.
Good.
Well, yeah, because everybody wants the quick fix. They want the instant money, the gratification, the no working. And one of the reasons that I don't go to like Atlantic City and stuff like that is because it's very easy to lose it. Like like lose yourself in it. Like all right. So I won $300, but I could reinvest it and I could win $800. I lost it all. Well, I could just withdraw $300 more.
Yeah, I've got to win it back.
Oh, right.
I've got to win it back. What was her name? He kept saying her name. And
I made it Janice, but that wasn't it.
Janet,
whatever.
McCartigal.
But
I understand.
The way they displayed it,
right?
Because especially the time this was.
Yeah.
So we've watched a person pay for like a car accident, a new tire, a tow for $29, and that person was like the buyer for like I don't know, Saks 6th Avenue or something. Like she had like what I assumed was like a good job. as the a corporate buyer
in a
driving
previous
around doing
episode,
this and
whatever.
that.
Yeah.
And this is the same time period. And
Yeah,
now we
milkshakes
have
were 30 cents or
yeah,
whatever the fuck.
and now we have a person, we don't know what he does, but he won a contest. So they're not even there because they have money.
Yes.
He won a contest. He yells at his wife that throwing a nickel away is a waste of money. So like you don't think they have it
Just
like
throw
that.
your nickels in the street.
And then he's spending what I could only imagine is upwards of thousands of dollars.
Had to be thousands of dollars. I mean, like based on what they're showing us, yes. Based on how many like literal checks and coins, maybe not. But that's still crazy to me. It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
But with this, I don't know how this worked back then. They could just write checks forever, because he just keeps writing checks for money.
Yeah. They're not gonna. They're gonna bounce. Yeah.
I don't even know what to think he could have made a year would be respectable here. That he's just ripping through. We don't know what his job was, but I just feel so. The wife is who I feel bad for. The man's an idiot.
Oh no,
he's
she's left.
He will
in the
not pay
lurch
for his
there.
crimes. She obviously will.
He
But
will
if they
not pay for his
bounce,
crimes.
what even happens?
No, they won't bounce, and I assume that he spent like all their money or whatever the fuck. But she didn't quite say you spent all of our money. She said like you spent a lot of money.
Well,
or
I
something,
think this
right?
is the time period where we're like, woman, know your role. You
Right.
don't know, you like wouldn't even know how much money
I
they
don't
had.
know how much money we have, but this seems like a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's horrible.
it's just
So-
a sad episode, really.
I'm not a gambling man, so this was a funny they always portray this in like movies and TV. I feel like this happened to Steve Urkel once or something, where like the person who goes into it like it's a waste of time. We're not doing this. It's it's idiotic. They like say, "Oh, sir, you want a free whatever? Okay." Ooh, and they fucking
Yeah.
like get drawn in or whatever. But I've done some gambling stuff, and I'm totally just not into it. So. That's why I jokingly said, like, is this what it's like? Does the machine say your name in like a
Well,
weird, garbled
Nowadays, it
feminine
actually
voice?
does. It scans
fucking-
your card.
Scans your iris and haunts your dreams and stuff.
I just thought
Yeah.
that this, for a Twilight Zone, had no real twist. It was a weird episode. It didn't like make sense. It didn't follow the same patterns of how things
Yeah.
work. At no point was I shocked or like, oh, this is good. I was just like, oh, that's it. Oh God.
No, there was-
Who
there
wrote
was-
this? An idiot?
There was no like mindfuck moment really. I mean, seeing the machine wheeling in was like made me laugh out loud. I don't know if that would have been different.
Yeah,
if
I was
we
like, is
were,
that a Dalek? What's going on?
Yeah, if we were like, again, like I always try to say like maybe back then that was like a crazy thing to happen, but I don't think so. Like this could have been a really interesting, and I guess they were trying to do this, like examination of his descent into madness and all that other shit or whatever. But why did they add the element of the machine? Okay, so like at the very end, a coin rolls over to him.
Yeah.
Like the machine's giving him back that coin.
That
like
gem,
like
yeah.
ha ha ha, gotcha. Here's the coin, fucker. You're dead because you're made of meat and stupid and all that stuff. And they're like, well, that destroys any of the thing about like his descent into madness or whatever the fuck.
No, it was actually
Where
doing that.
It was
to him.
actually a fucking machine that was possessed and all that nonsense.
I think it would have been a
Like,
lot better if he just played up his his envisioning of the coins, like doubling and multiplying, and like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna just go. But like, they like how there was no explanation. He went like 0 to 60 when it was like, nah, I can't have these coins in the house. I just get rid of them. And I didn't think she was gonna come with him, and she went with him downstairs. And after he feeds the 8 coins into the machine, he then's like, all right, we've gotten rid of that sin. I think we have some sin in our bank account too.
Oh, we're gonna clean the sin from everywhere. No, I know. Yeah.
Like there should have been a moment where he's like, wait, what? Francis, you said you were just going to be getting rid of the money. Why are you... What? Can I gamble too?
No, you're an idiot. Just stupid. Go have babies and make me sandwiches.
Yeah, more or less what he said.
I don't understand. Oh, and like all like the like casino staff like, oh, look at that guy. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is clearly a deranged lunatic gone fucking nuts. And like you want that to a certain extent, but he was
Sure.
like displaying signs of like actually being a deranged lunatic.
Like he screams at the wife, the whole world circles up, no one says anything or does anything, and
Yeah.
then they just dissipate. I'm like, oh.
Right.
Ugh, I hate this episode.
No, this was bad. This was really disappointing. I really like I didn't know that they were this bad ever. These episodes. It's very sad. to
Now, I
me.
had never seen this episode, and I'm very
'Cause,
glad
like-
I had never seen it.
Well, because like, I assume that I've seen them all, and I just forgot this one. But like, because it was bad, or like it was like dumb.
I
or
don't think they
something.
air this one when it's on
It
TV.
would-
They're like,
so
that one doesn't cut
This
it."
would have been so dumb that you would have had to have remembered it if you'd seen it. Basically,
I
That
think
sort
I
of
would have
thing.
remembered it.
Yeah, because it's so bad, right? I get that. No, but like a lot of these try to like teach a lesson or set up a thing where someone's own things lead to their downfall or something like that. And I see shades of that here, but it's so far off the mark or something.
Well, it still reads, gamble and a machine will kill you. That, like, that's a thing.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, gambling's not bad. Like the gambling's bad because of you and like the stuff he was doing, independent of the machine being a demonic entity. So if like if the machine calling his name and like being a demonic possessed machine from hell or whatever the fuck was like a visual representation
in his mind
of his descent into madness, and if he thought it was in the room for some reason and you did that better or whatever, like it was following him and haunting him and he couldn't get away from it, I expected her to be like, "Hun, it's the last day, we have to go," or something like that. He's like, "Don't understand this machine," and like more stuff happening like that or whatever. But it seems to all wrap up during their free vacation somehow or whatever.
It should have played. It should have played out that they had unlimited credit and he spent far too much. That even when he won, he was in debt, horrible debt. And I was like, and sometimes the Twilight Zone gets the best of you, even when you win. Like something.
No, I do like your idea of like he finally wins and he's so happy, but then they're like, "Sir, like you're fucked," and he's like, "What?
Yeah.
No, I beat the machine. I won. You don't understand. I still won. The machine didn't get me." And all this fucking thing. Because he says like it drives you mad, it mocks you. You give 5, and get back 4. You give 6, it gives back 5. It's mocking me. It's mocking me, Doreen, Lois. Janice? She had a very, that time period name.
Lois?
I don't know. Lois?
I don't know. This episode was shit. You else want to say about this episode?
Well, but what I was getting at before, the crescendo, like you mockingly said, so what's, the lesson here? You better not gamble or else the fucking machine that's alive will fuck... No, all these episodes are supposed... All these episodes are, supposed to be about, the guy who, kills the other astronauts, but they're really in the Nevada desert, right? It's about, your failures as a human causing you to do something bad and fuck something up, and then, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Or it's humanity has fucked up and we're trying to do something about it or whatever, right? There's all these different, things. There's all these, lessons and parables and, structured things.
Not this episode.
Having the machine be a living, sentient, talking thing that was fucking with him totally smashes any sort of thing. Because theoretically that could have happened to anyone. And maybe he really didn't feel the urge to gamble, but the machine, saying his name was a symbolic thing of it, twisting him into that. So he's not at fault at, all. It was just the machine's fault. So that wife that we feel so bad for, it's really the machine that fucked them? That sucks.
Yeah.
It should be him. It should be all him.
Yeah.
All right, your mom's back.
All right, guys, that's this episode of Twilight Zone. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. We'll see you next time. Don't die in a fire.